What's going on is the Cavs are considering a third-team trade to land Malik Beasley. All right, and it's interesting due to the fact that this is a guy that the Cavaliers, talked with Utah to bring in Donovan Mitchell. Now the Cavaliers have been looking to add another wing shooter because Caris LeVert, Jetty Osman, Dean Wade, and Lamar Stevens haven't cut it. And with that pursuit, the Cavs, as we aforementioned, are considering a three-team trade with the Utah Jazz and the Atlanta Hawks. In the rumored construction of this trade framework, Cleveland would land Malik Beasley from Utah. The Jazz would acquire John Collins, who they've been rumored interest in for months. The Hawks would likely acquire players from both the Cavaliers and the Utah Jazz, with Caris LeVert potentially being included in the deal. Beasley's averaging 13.8 points, 3.5 rebounds in 46 games off the bench for the Jazz. The seventh-year guard has one more year on his deal and is shooting 40% from the field and 36% from the arc. Again, he's primarily a three-point shooter. One potential holdup for the Utah is taking on the remainder of Collins' contract. The Jazz have asked the Hawks for draft compensation for taking on $102 million that Collins is owed through the 2025-26 season. Now, for me, when I look at this deal, if they're offering themselves, because it'd obviously be Caris LeVert and Jared Vanderbilt being sent there, which is only about $22 million. So you're wondering if the Utah Jazz are like, okay, we'll just send you Jared Vanderbilt. And the Hawks are like, nah, send us Jared Vanderbilt and Simone Fontecchio, and we'll take. So listen to this. Would you do this? Would you do this? You send Malik Beasley to the Cavs, and then you get, obviously, you send to the Jazz John Collins, and then you send Caris LeVert to the Cavaliers, and the Jazz send Jared Vanderbilt and Simone Fontecchio to the Hawks. So the Hawks get Caris LeVert, Simone Fontecchio, and Jared Vanderbilt. So they get a power forward center in Jared Vanderbilt. They get a small forward, power forward, and Simone Fontecchio to replace Danilo Gallinari. And then they get Caris LeVert to replace Kevin Huerter, who can play shooting guard, small forward. And now this team might be complete. All right. What are your thoughts right there? The way the money would work is Caris LeVert's making $18 million and Malik Beasley's making 15.58. So actually, in this deal, the Utah Jazz, they would be sending out, if they did this deal, they'd be bringing in $38 million total in salary because John Collins is 23, Malik and Caris LeVert is 18. So that's actually $41 million in salary. So I don't specifically know, and the assumption is if maybe they trade Mike Conley, they could get this done. But my assumption is then you're sending out Malik Beasley, that's 15.5. So then you if you also send out somebody like Jared Vanderbilt and Simone Fontecchio, that right there is another 7.5. So that brings you to 23. So you can take on John Collins' contract. But so wait, yeah, you're only taking on John Collins' contract. So Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt and Simone Fontecchio, and you're only taking on John Collins' contract because I just confused myself right there. You take on John Collins' contract, okay? That's the only contract you're getting. That's basically the only player you're getting. Maybe you get a pick. You send out $23 million. You need to take in 23 because John Collins is making 23. So Simone, Jared, and Malik, that's 23. Malik goes to the Cavs. Jared and Simone go to the Hawks. John Collins comes from the Hawks. Caris LeVert from the Cavs goes to the Hawks. So the Hawks end up with 3 players. The Jazz end up with Collins, and the Cavs end up with Malik. Malik's 15.5 compared to the 18 that Caris makes, and John Collins makes 23. Malik Beasley is making 15. Malik Beasley's making 15.58 this year, and then next year he has a team option for 16.5 on the season. I just sorry for the confusion in that video. I just wanted Malik Beasley. Like, imagine Malik on the Cavs. Ooh, but the fact that Simone Fontecchio could be the Danilo Gallinari replacement and has another year on his deal for the Hawks. Then you also get yourself Jared Vanderbilt, power forward center, and then you get yourself Caris LeVert, who's on an expiring. I think this is a great deal for the Hawks. It's a good deal for the Jazz because the Jazz, they match the salary, so it all works out pretty well and dandy. Let me hear your thoughts.